We are back out this weekend on the trails of Colorado. We have about 30 miles to cover, and we have to do it all in one day. The fall season is approaching, and we want to pack in a couple more rough routes before the nights turn cold and the snow starts to fly.
We have no idea what to expect up this trail. We just kind of picked one on Onyx Off-Road, and we're just going for it, which is the way I like to travel a lot of the times. And the last trip video you guys saw from me, where I was up on top of that just incredible overlook, that was the same situation. I just found a trail and I was like, I'm gonna go there and explore that next. So that's kind of what this is. There's a special reward for just going out and finding a place, camping there without even seeing a picture. Even if there's a million other people that know of that spot, to you, you've never seen it before. I promise the place will feel more special to you if you go out and find it on your own. There's a different feeling to it when it's like, oh, I feel like I discovered this. Even though there's gonna be other Jeeps and stuff on the trail, it doesn't matter. When you feel like you found it, I promise you, it's like 10 times as special. So I definitely encourage that.
I typically don't like to rush long trails like this one because I would rather enjoy the stops along the way. But just like everybody else, we have to get back to our daily grind on Monday, so we're just going to make the best of it. It's better to put it into 4 low and rush than to have never put it into 4 low at all. Or something like that. This is one of the longest, steepest climbs that I've found in Colorado, and I would not want to be caught up here in heavy rains. The men who carved out this trail didn't seem to waste much time with switchbacks. It's been pretty steep so far, but nothing like what I can see up ahead. The 45-minute climb to the top is definitely proving to be worth it. It's beautiful up here.
Just look at these panoramic views here. Not gonna complain. Pretty incredible up here.
Natalie and Blue hiked down to check out an old collapsed structure. And I'm just gonna call it right now that she's probably gonna return with a handful of shiny rocks. And Blue will return with a desire for a long nap. But she's doing pretty good for a 14-year-old pup.
How are your boots?
She did good in them. I don't know what's in them that's sparkling so much, but it's beautiful. I tried to bring one back, but they're all too big.
We've only covered a few miles on this trail, and we've already been intimidated and mesmerized by it. And we're ready to see what comes next. This is what Colorado is all about. Wide open spaces that feel like they go on forever. I've been to the tops of many of the mountains that I can see from here, but many I have yet to explore. On every mountain, on every trail, I always find a new place to add to the list. Maybe it's just a dirt road next to a small creek that I can see from a vantage point, or maybe it's a place as epic as the one that I'm driving on right now. Colorado offers a lifetime's worth of adventure opportunity. And just when we thought that this trail couldn't get any better, we spotted a pack of some of the most beautiful and majestic animals on Earth. An entire cuddle puddle of pit bulls. And they are entirely convinced that the furry microphone on top of my camera was made specifically for their enjoyment.
They think there's a toy on top of it. It looks pretty tasty, huh, buddy?
These pillow robbing rascals are on their daily walk up this trail. And we thought Blue had it good.
Okay, so we just had to stop because we saw a guy hiking with not one, not two, not three, but 4 pit bulls. And so I immediately was like, hey man, are they friendly? Can we pet them? Mm-hmm. And so we had to get out and talk to him for a minute. It's a pretty cool story. He was saying how he left a concert when he was a little bit younger. And on his way home from the concert, he found basically an abused dog, a pit bull, under a bridge. And he bonded with it, and sounded like it changed his life for the most part.
Yeah, it was a really cool story. Him and his wife are now rescuing dogs, and they've had multiples since that dog, and now they have the 4 pit bulls.
A little female that was cuddling up to me, she's like the perfect size to try to get up into a tent. No offense, Blue, plug your ears. We're coming up on our trail, but we're going through a lot of what I believe to be private property. but I don't have the elite membership for Onyx, so I don't know what's private, what's not right now. So I'm just kind of going off of what looks like private. Most of the time people put up a private property sign, but right now there's a lot of fences that we've been going through. And so we're just gonna cook along until we get to the next main trail.
We are coming up on a historic mining area, but I have to be honest that I have no idea what this place is. Since this was kind of a last-minute weekend trip, I didn't do much research on where exactly we were going. This is one of the largest old mining sites that we've seen before, so it gives us a good excuse to revisit and dive into the history of this area. No matter what month it is, if you're planning a visit to Colorado, pack layers.
Old things.
The temperatures are dropping and we might have a storm moving our way. There's one last major climb ahead of us that I would like to get through while it's still dry. We've been on the trail for half of the day now, but both myself and certainly Natalia are feeling energetic enough to beat around the cab for a couple more hours.
Well, Natalie was driving, I was flying, and I looked over at the maps for just a second, and my obstacle avoidance didn't see my radio antenna, so we lost all of our propellers. But luckily I have a spare set, but I still don't know if it's actually going to work.
Okay, let's try that again. have finally made it to the cold and windy summit. But at this point in the day, we're ready to just go find camp. And while we are certainly eager to spend some time outside of the Toyota, at an elevation where it's easier to breathe, sometimes you have no choice but to stop and take in what you see along the trails. We'd planned to watch the sunset over a campsite, but this is a welcome change in the plans. All right, so we have found camp finally. It's been a long day. We have an epic sunset behind us, but we do not have the most epic campsite after today being pretty awesome. We saw some cool stuff, but we're underneath one of the things I hate the most, which is power lines. And there are power lines all through this little valley here, which is kind of a bummer. But
there's a beautiful little brook right here, and we're surrounded by mountains, and there's a beautiful sunset.
Yeah, it's still pretty.
It's beautiful.
So, can't win them all.
Yep.
I'm not totally mad, but we have the power line thing. They're just, I can't wait until our technology advances enough to where we don't have to have these eyesores. Well, I certainly have to say that this is, unfortunately, one of the more trashed areas that we have seen in Colorado. It kind of reminded us of our Oregon trip. There's actually a lot going on here as far as garbage and just things thrown aside. One of the trails that we were on earlier, there was like a house load of stuff. Washers, dryers, trailers, all sorts of stuff. And then across the creek here, we tried to find some camping and it was trashed. That was very unfortunate to see, but it was a good day on the trail.
It was a very good day on the trail. It was kind of like Ouray and Telluride with how you could get up above tree line and drive for a ways over the mountain passes above tree line. It was really cool.
So yeah, Natalie pre-made some salads because she was just needing to eat some real deal salads. Salads are kind of hard to make at camp, honestly, with all the stuff. So she's pre-made them. So I'm gonna throw some chicken on mine and we're just gonna have a real easy dinner.
But we forgot salad dressing, so I am gonna make some on the road salad dressing, but it's gonna be okay. We've got plenty of things for that.
As of this recording, we are a month away from fall.
We'll still get some good trips in yet, though.
We have a trip planned. Hopefully Jesse's gonna be there. Hopefully Luis is gonna be there. Andrew's gonna be there. Our friend Danny might be there. I'm hoping he's gonna be there. And then, yeah, so we're gonna have a whole crew and we're gonna do some pretty cool stuff on that trip. But anyway, that's where we're at. So we're gonna cook dinner and hopefully we see some stars. There's a few clouds in the sky.
And we might see a doggy ghost because we're camped by a doggy ghost grave.
Yep. Rest in peace, Yukon. All right, pouring myself a whiskey and I'll get this going. Because whiskey sounds good.
What all do you put in the salad dressing?
So far I have oil, avocado, salt, pepper, lime. Now I'm putting this chili oil stuff in it. It's like not that different from, oh, and almond milk. It's like a green goddess dressing. You should probably make your chicken, babe, because I'm done with the salad dressing.
Okay.
And you eat that salad in there, and this one can be for my lunch tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm gonna eat with the dogs, and then Natalia's gonna eat on her own.
No, that one in there's actually bigger.
Is it?
Yeah, I just thought you might want more room for your chicken in your salad, and this one's smaller. It's got hemp hearts on it, and blueberries, and so many other things. I don't even want to go through naming them right now.
After everything we saw today, we certainly didn't expect to camp next to what we assume is a dog's grave, or under power lines. But the moose sighting held us up, and every other campsite we can find within miles is taken. We want a picture-perfect campsite as much as anybody else, but not if it means that we'll find it so late that we can't enjoy it.
What is it?
Probably a bear. Oh, Blue hears it too, look.
Where's your flashlight?
Where's your flashlight?
It's in the tent.
Why is it in the tent?
Because I need it if I need to get up in the middle of the night. Oh, it's right there. Oh, I did.
Oh, it's a deer.
Yeah, I called in the deer.
You called it in.
Yeah, because remember every time.
Yeah, she does actually call in deer. It's weird. Yeah, so I guess I'll put this up in the tent. That way we can never use it again. So, but yeah, so the stars are out, so I'm gonna set up the camera to do some astrophotography. We're gonna climb up into the tent, hang out for a while because it's starting to get cold. Suffering, I know. This was a pretty simple trip. We just wanted to get out, do a trail, camp out for the weekend. Anyway, the season is starting to wind down, which is just crazy. It's gone by so fast this year. So we've got about another month of exploring before it starts getting really cold at night. And then I start losing interest because Colorado cold is a different kind of cold up in the high elevations anyway. Natalia just found another grave up there. For Opal. Opal and Yukon. No last names lead me to believe they're pets.
We're gonna head home, double check the drone for damage, and start mapping routes for our next trip. We have to make the most of the short summers that we get here in Colorado, and we've gotten quite good at doing so. In just a few weeks, we'll be back into the mountains to chase the fall colors and to hang out with some people that we get to see the least, but enjoy being around the most. Join us next time for our final Colorado adventure of 2023. I have a distinct feeling that it'll be one of the best yet.